So you're wanting to become a virtual assistant, but when you start thinking about the skills that you're actually going to offer, the services that you're going to present to small business owners, you freeze. After training virtual assistants for over a decade, one of the top questions I get from new VAs is, what skills and services do I need to learn and offer to small business owners? So in this video, I'm going to share with you my VA skills ladder so you can learn the exact services that you need to book paying clients. And spoiler alert, you can start with skills that you already have. If you're new here, I'm Abbey Ashley, founder of The Virtual Savvy, and I help women start and scale their own virtual assistant businesses. I've helped over 7,000 students launch their business and get results like these. Alexandra said, I just booked my first paying client, contract signed and invoice paid. I'm so excited, so appreciative of all the support in this group. Jessica, who said, y'all, I had my first contract signed early this morning. I have my first client crying in my coffee, and she's doing a happy dance. And then Laura, who said, I'm completely booked. Started the Savvy system in late February while working full-time, unfulfilling corporate job. Here I am. I did it. Go easy on yourself. Don't give in to self-doubt. You've got this. These are everyday women just like you who decided not to give in to that self-doubt, but to be decisive about their services. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go in with that decisive mindset throughout this video. Are you ready? So let me go ahead and introduce to you the VA skills ladder. It really breaks down into two tiers. The first is the foundational tier, and the second is the specialized tier. These foundational skills is what you already have. This is what's gonna get you in the door. This is what's gonna allow you to start quickly, even begin signing clients within a week. The specialized skills are those skills that you eventually want to learn, but maybe they're going to require a little bit more training, but these are the skills that are going to allow you to eventually multiply your rate. So we do want to learn them eventually. I think where so many virtual assistants go wrong is believing that they have to learn all the specialized skills on day one, when that's simply not true. You can literally start your business with the foundational skills, which we're going to talk about here in a moment, and small business owners will hire you to do those skills. So let's go ahead and start with the foundational skills. What are the foundational skills that you can offer as a new business owner? I'm going to break down 6 of them for you. Now note that these skills are something that you can easily charge $30 to $35 an hour for in your business. This is where most of my VAs begin. The first foundational skill is email inbox management. Yes, small business owners are drowning in their emails, and they need people like you to come in and help manage the inbox. This could be setting up a great system for them, including filters and folders. It could be actually answering the emails on their behalf, or being a filtering system to know which emails they should answer and which emails they don't need to be answering. With AI, this is even easier for you to come in and actually draft responses on behalf of their business owner so they can quickly go through and just hit send on the emails that you've already drafted. The next foundational skill is calendar management. When a small business owner needs to meet with somebody else, a lot of times there's a lot of back and forth of when should we meet, where should we meet? And so you become kind of the middleman in order to make that meeting happen. Now, again, there are amazing tools to help you with this. We love Calendly and Acuity, and even Google now has a free calendar booking software that you could set up for your client so that it's easier to book these meetings. You can set up reminders inside of some of these tools, and that way they are sure to know that that meeting is really going to happen. The next foundational skill is data entry. And even though AI has taken a lot of this and made it easier, you still need a human in the loop, and you are that human. A lot of times software doesn't talk directly to each other, or you need a person to actually set up the system so that their data entry happens seamlessly. So yes, if you can type into a spreadsheet, there is a place for you. You don't need to be a spreadsheet expert by any means, but if you know how to physically put data into spreadsheets or into invoices, that is potentially a skill that you could offer in your business. The next foundational skill is customer service support. And honestly, I think that this is one of the biggest levers that you can pull as a new virtual assistant, is coming into a small business and helping with their customer service. This could really span across multiple platforms. It might be that you're in their inbox answering emails on their behalf. It could be that you are on their socials I literally have somebody that helps me respond to all the comments we get on these YouTube videos. It might be that you're responding to LinkedIn comments or Instagram comments, or you're in their DMs, right? Answering questions on their behalf. It might be that they do a live webinar and you're in the chat during that. These are all forms of customer service, and you need a human helping and assisting with those. And that could be you. The next foundational skill is research. And I'm a huge fan of Claude for helping out with research, because not only can you research and it just amplifies any research you could have done on your own, but it also will put together really quick, beautiful presentations in order to present that research to your client. So if you haven't tried out Claude, definitely make a free account and just do your own simple research project. My husband is about to go on a trip with my 10-year-old. We do a 10-year-old trip. When our kids turn 10, they each get to go on a trip. I took my daughter to Chicago. My husband is about to take my son to Salt Lake City. And he did all the research for the trip inside of Claude. And then he asked Claude to make an itinerary for him. And it was the coolest thing. It blew him away of how detailed it could be, how it could look really, really beautiful. And it really got my son excited. So I definitely suggest starting out with a little test project, something for yourself like this, so you can see the power of AI research. The next would be travel planning and logistics, which again is very similar to what my husband did for my son on this last trip, but this is something that you can come in and help a small business owner with. It might be actually reserving those hotel rooms. It may be looking up and comparing different flights for them, building out those itineraries for your client. This is something that, again, just takes that load off of their plate. And that's really what we're doing as virtual assistants. It's how can we get these business owners out of the weeds, the day-to-day of their business? We take some of that off of their plate so that they're able to focus on higher level things inside of their business. When we take that off their plate, it's a valuable skill. It gives them their time back, which is worth it. Sometimes my VAs think, oh, how am I going to charge $30, $40 an hour for these skills? But remember, the small business owner isn't paying for data entry or for travel research and booking. They're paying for their time back, and their time is incredibly valuable. Now, I want you to think about this before you begin to disqualify yourself. Could you do these things, even with a tiny bit of training or, a deep dive into Google or with Claude, right? With an AI tool researching, how would I do this? Could you pretty simply start to do these types of tasks? And this isn't even all exhaustive. You may have other entry-level foundational skills that you could do, like social media scheduling. Maybe you can write a blog. Maybe you can do basic bookkeeping, or you have some Canvas skills. Any skill that you already currently have, go ahead and list that inside of your packages. So what we're going to do is we're going to create simple hourly packages to sell to small business owners. You can list out all of the services that you include. You don't need a special package for inbox management and a separate one for research. No, simply list out all of the services that you offer and you'll create some packages just like these. You can see I have 3 different packages, and I love having 3 packages because people will generally go toward your center package, right? Like when there are 3, people kind of tend to go toward the middle one. So you want that to be the core package that you really want to sell. So in this instance, a small business owner would be signing up for 5 hours a week, which is 20 hours a month, 10 hours a week, which is 40 hours a month, or 20 hours a week, which is 80 hours a month. And if they do that center package, you're working 10 hours a week for that small business owner. They're paying you $1,200 a month every single month. This is recurring revenue, which is awesome. And then you just list out all of your services there. Now, this is at $30 an hour. You can start at this rate. You can start a little higher or a little lower, but this is where I recommend most people begin, is with these simple hourly packages. Remember, clients aren't hiring you to be fancy. They're hiring you to be helpful. They just need somebody to come in and get the work done. So feeling like you have to become an expert isn't true. You can come in and really lighten the load for a small business owner, which is super, super valuable, even with these general admin foundational skills. So before I move on to the second tier of services that you can offer, I would love to know in the comments, how doable does this feel for you? 1 being, oh, I don't think I could do this. And let's go up to 5. 5 being like, Abby, I think virtual assistants might be for me. Let me know in the comments. Now let's move on to talk about specialized skills, because with just a few tiny tweaks, a little bit of training, you can go from charging that $30 to $35 an hour to moving up to $50, $60, $70, even $100 per hour or more when you learn a specialized skill. When we start to think about specialized skills, we start to move away from hourly work. For example, a specialized skill could be Pinterest management. So as a small business owner, if I was hiring you to manage my Pinterest account, I really don't care how many hours you are working on my Pinterest account. I care about results. And so you could say, hey, I'm going to grow your business. I'm going to grow traffic to your site using Pinterest. And I'm going to do that by posting this many pins, posting on this many group boards. There's a result, right? You're paying for this result. And what's cool about this is as you get faster at the result, you actually get paid more per hour. So if you're selling a $600 per month Pinterest package and it only takes you 10 hours a month to do that, you're getting paid $60 an hour. But if you get really fast at what you do and it only takes you 5 hours now to do that exact same package because you've gotten faster, you've maybe invested in tools to help you do the work quicker. Now, if you're only doing that in 5 hours, you are making $120 an hour as opposed to that $60 an hour. And this is where those specialized skills can really compound if you learn them and you move into the package-based pricing as opposed to hourly pricing. Now remember, this is an advanced strategy. This is what you do after you've really gotten in with a few business owners. I recommend getting your core 4 hourly clients. And then we start to look at more advanced niches, advanced specialized skills. You can definitely jump straight into this. Just know it may be a little bit more of a learning curve. Some other specialized skills, you can become a social media manager. You could become a podcast editor. You can become a director of operations or an online business manager, an email marketing specialist, a tech VA, a Dubsado specialist, a Go high level expert. Any one of these specialized niches or tools, you can come in and say, hey, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to become an expert at this. And it is going to demand a higher rate because of that. Now, if you are a current virtual assistant, you already have one client, I definitely recommend that you check out the Savvy Society. This is our membership for virtual assistants who are wanting to scale. We teach you how to niche down. We have over 60 industry trainings on how to actually learn these higher level skills. We talk to you about building a team, raising your rates, niching down. This is all covered in the material inside of Savvy Society. Check it out below. I know you're going to love it. All right, so you are watching this video. You've gotten near the end. And it's like, what is next? What do I do? Well, I have a free resource for you that I think you're absolutely going to love. It's called the VA Personality Quiz. And what it does is it asks you a few simple questions just about your personality and then helps you identify which services you should offer in your business. So depending on if you are newer and maybe you just want to start with those general admin, or maybe you already have an idea of a specialized niche, this is going to help you decide what to do next. And it's totally free. Check out the link right here. Here's the last thing I want you to hear from me. Most people will just stall here. They don't ever have success in their business because they don't just decide. You've got to decide to start messy. You have to take imperfect action. Even if you feel 50% confident in a service, go ahead and step forward and say, this is what I'm going to offer. Trust me, you will learn on the job. You will get better with every client, but none of it's going to happen if you don't just start. Now, after you've chosen your services, you're probably wondering, all right, Abby, now how am I actually going to get clients? So I created a video for you. You can go ahead and check it out right here. I'll see you next time.